Hello out there, you're welcome to Maths with Uncle Tony, and in today's class we'll be looking at a new topic which says rounding off of numbers, and we have some examples on the board. The first example that we have here says we should round off the following numbers to the nearest 10, 100 and 1000. So first thing a child needs to consider in rounding up of numbers either to 10, 100 or 1000 is numbers that range from 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 should be rounding up to 1, while numbers that range from 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0 should be rounding up to 0. So anytime a child sees any of this number that is close to the number that he is rounding up to, you should change it to 1, or this should be changed to 0. Okay, the first question says we should round it to the nearest 10, and for my right hand side this is units and this is tens. Since we are asked to round up to the nearest 10, so we circle the number that is under tens, because the question says we should round it to the nearest 10. So the number by your right hand side close to the number that you circle, the number that is close to number that you circle is 5. Is 5 among any of this number? Yes. We are going to change it to plus 1, because we say we should round up to 1. So which means what happens to 5? 5 becomes 0. 3 plus 1, it is 4. Bring down your 8, bring down your 2 and bring down your 1. This is now our answer to the nearest 10. Now let's handle the second part of the question. We say to the nearest 100. You repeat the number again. 1, 2, 8, 3, 5. This is labeled as units, tens, 100. To the nearest 100, we circle this number. Okay, we have 8. We circle 8. The number close to 8 is 3 by your right hand side. The number close to 8 is 3. Where can we find 3? Is it here? No. Look at where we can find 3, which means we round it up to 0. So we change 3 to plus 0. So what happens to 5? 5 becomes 0. 3 becomes 0. So 8 plus 0 is 8. Bring down our 2 and bring down our 1. This is to the nearest 100. Then the last part of the question, we say to the nearest 1000. We repeat the question. 1, 2, 8, 3, 5. We start labeling. This is units, tens, 100, 1000. Since we are asked to round up to the nearest 1000, we circle the 1000. This is where we are asked to stop. So the number close to the number that you circle by your right hand side is 8. Where can we find 8? 8 is among this number, so we change it to 1. So it becomes plus 1. What happens to 5? 5 becomes 0. 3 becomes 0. 8 becomes 0. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. Then you bring down your 1. This is to the nearest 1000. I would like my viewers to try number 2, number 2, and send you your answer in the comment section. Let's quickly look at the second part of the question, which says that you round off the following numbers to the nearest whole numbers, tens and hundreds. This one is quite different from what we have here. This is to the nearest whole number, tenths, hundredths. This one deals with decimal numbers. Now, before we move further, there's something I need to bring to your notice. Any number or numbers from the day after decimal points, let's say this 5, 1, 7, as the case may be, numbers starting from immediately after decimal numbers, you don't start them with units. From decimal points above, we start them with tenths. We don't start with units, we start them with tenths. So this one is labeled as tenths. This is tenths. That is, instead of T-E-N, we add T-H. Likewise, this one is labeled as hundredths. After writing 100, you add th. Then this one is labeled as thousandths. This is thousandths. After writing your thousand, you add th. So this is tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So to round off the following number to the nearest whole number, this is my whole number. Before the decimal point, any number that is close to decimal point by your left hand side is the whole number. So to the nearest whole number, you circle it. You circle this number to the nearest whole number. Now the same rule applies like we did before. What number is close to the number that we circle is 5. 5 is among this number. Yes, we change it to +1. We add +1. So what happened to the rest of the number? This 7 becomes 0, 1 becomes 0, 5 becomes 0. Bring down your points. Then 2 + 1 is 3. This is to the nearest whole number. To the nearest whole number. Now, the next part of the question which says to the nearest tenth, I would like to repeat my question. That is 2.517. To the nearest tenth. Where is my tenth? I've labeled it before. The first number is labeled as tenth. So that is where to the nearest tenth, I will circle the number to the nearest tenth. Let's use T. Now, to the nearest tenth, you're stopping here. Look at the number by your right hand side. The number close to it is 1. Where can we find 1? 1 is here, and we automatically change it to +0. So what happens to 7? 7 becomes 0. 1 becomes 0. 5 + 0 is 5. Bring down your point. Bring down your 2. This is to the nearest. To the nearest tenth. To the nearest tenth. Then the last part of the question we say to the nearest hundredth. I'll repeat my question again. We have 2.517 to the nearest hundredth. This is my tenth. This is my hundredth. I would like to circle it. This is my hundredth. Now, the first thing, like I told you before, from your right hand side, the number close to the number that you circle is 7. Where can we find 7? 7 is among here, which is +1. We are adding +1 to it. What happened to 7? 7 becomes 0. 1 + 1, it is 2. Bring down your 5. Bring down your point, then your 2. This is to the nearest. Nearest hundredths. And number 2 also is not solved. It's meant for you to solve it. Likewise, in this part, number 2 is meant for you to solve it. And don't forget to send in your answer in our comment section. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye.